Rain poured over the city like a curtain of silver, blurring faces and memories. Emma Parker ran through the crowded train station, her heart pounding faster than her footsteps. Her hands trembled as she clutched her small leather purse close to her chest. Behind her, a tall man in a dark coat was shouting her name, someone she never wanted to see again. She needed to disappear. Fast. She darted into a cafe inside the station, the smell of coffee and rain mixing in the air. Her mind raced for a plan, any plan, when she saw him. A man sitting alone by the window, in a crisp black suit, typing something on his laptop. His calmness was magnetic, almost unreal amidst the chaos around. Without thinking, she rushed to his table, leaned close, and whispered breathlessly, "Please, pretend to kiss me." The man froze. His blue eyes widened for half a second before softening into amusement. He closed his laptop slowly, stood up, and gently pulled her closer. The next moment, their faces were inches apart, and the world seemed to hold its breath. To anyone watching, it looked like a couple lost in a private moment. To Emma, it was a desperate attempt to escape her past. Her pursuer stopped at the cafe door, glared around, and then left. Emma exhaled shakily, her heart finally slowing down. She stepped back, flustered. "I'm so sorry," she muttered. There was no time to explain." The man smiled slightly, the corners of his lips curving with quiet confidence. "No apology needed," he said, his voice deep and calm. "I've had worse introductions." She blushed. "Thank you? Really? Any time," he said, slipping his hands into his pockets. "I'm Ethan." "Emma," she replied softly. They exchanged a faint smile before she hurried away, unaware that she had just run into one of the wealthiest men in the city, Ethan Cross, the elusive billionaire CEO of Cross Enterprises. A week later, Emma sat nervously in the elevator, clutching her folder. It was her first day at a new job, the only one she could find after months of searching. She had promised herself to start over, to rebuild her life after leaving a toxic relationship and a string of financial struggles. When the elevator doors opened, she stepped into a sleek office full of glass and light. Her supervisor, Clara, greeted her warmly and guided her through the introductions. But when Clara opened the door to the CEO's office, Emma froze. Sitting behind the massive glass desk was Ethan. Their eyes met. Shock. Recognition. Silence. "Well," Ethan said, his lips curving into that same quiet smile. "This is unexpected." Emma's face turned crimson. I didn't know this was your company." He chuckled softly. "And I didn't know my new marketing assistant was an expert in emergency acting." She covered her face with her hands. "Please, let's forget that ever happened." He smiled again. "I'm afraid that's impossible." From that moment on, every encounter between them carried a spark neither